We continue the Desert Fathers translations of Helen Waddell. We are in the aforementioned Sayings of the Fathers, Book 21, Diverse Sayings. 16. A certain philosopher questioned the holy Antony. How, said he, dost thou content thyself, father, who art denied the comfort of books? He answered, My book, philosopher, is the nature of created things, and as often as I have a mind to read the words of God, it is as at my hands. 17. One came to the abbot Macarius in the great heat of noon, burning with thirst, and asked for water to drink. Let this shade, said he, suffice thee, for many a wayfarer on land or on the sea is now in want of it, and hath no pleasure of it. 26. A certain old man said, If thou makest discourse to any of eternal life, speak to him that hears thee with compunction, and with tears. Speak not otherwise, lest thou be found empty, hasting to save others with alien speech. For God saith to the sinner, What hast thou to do to declare my righteousness, or take my covenant in thy mouth? Say therefore, I am a dog, nay, a dog is better than I, and that he loveth his master, and shall not come to judgment. Now, self-abasement, you don't need to talk down to yourself to be humble. 30. An old man was asked by a certain soldier if God received a penitent man, and after heartening him with many words, he said to him at the last, Tell me, my beloved, if thy cloak were torn, wouldst throw it away? He said, Nay, but I would patch it and wear it. The old man said to him, If thou wouldst spare my garment, should not God have mercy on his own image? And by own image, of course, the phrasing of that passage in Genesis is more like ideas that spring up in the mind or something in the reflection, so God's power in various ways. But before we go on to the sayings of the fathers, of course there's some comments that we could look at. I mean, the next sayings of the fathers. There's 3 books, right? There's the book of yourself, there's the book of nature, and there's the books of God, the revealed ones to the prophets. And the text in the Vita Patrum 5 and 6, the original Greek text from which Pelagius and John translated, was divided into 22 chapters. John began his share of the work in the middle of the chapter 18. The copyists finally made 2 books of it. Here, the original sequence is kept for the sake of continuity. Okay, so that's why there's not a 19, so I wondered about that. And Pelagius in 11:19 mentions some stuff that's not contained in the present collection. On page 118, there's something to be compared to the saying of Ciaran of Clonmacnoise, Leave my bones, as it might be, the dry bones of a stag on the mountain. And